I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yes, guys. Yes, it's happening. It's so happening. Oh my god, it's happening. Yes, it is. Sorry. I'm good. I'm totally good. Hello, guys. Welcome. Or if you already seen my channel before, welcome back. I'm the Philadelphia Whovian. And for this video, I'm doing it. A top 10 of the First Doctor's episodes and stories. First Doctor played by actor William Hartnell. Okay, this was wonderful because I finally saw at least 10 of his stories, enough to put to a top 10 list. Yes, I've been working up to it. And I'm gonna throw a disclaimer on there right now, guys. I very much admit I have not seen all of the First Doctor's stories. I just saw at least 13, 14, 15, so enough to do a top 10 list. And I know you're thinking, how dare you do a top 10 list without seeing all the available First Doctor stories? I know some of you are out there. I see you. And I know that there are at least a couple of you out there who you're definitely thinking it. I see you, boys. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. I see you. Oh, I'm looking. I'm looking. See me looking at you, boys. Boys. You know I see you. Are we going to have a chat? No, really, are we going to have a talk, boys? Are we going to? We better not have to. Alright, so, without further ado, I'm going to get into my top 10 list of the First Doctor stories that I have seen so far. If I see some more, I'll just do a list on those I like. But here we go. Starting with number 10. Number 10, for the last episode, I believe, from the very first season of Doctor Who, The Reign of Terror. This is a history, it's one of the full-on history stories. And where the Doctor is there during pretty much the French Revolution. And my goodness gracious, the only thing that sets this story back is the fact that some of the episodes really are missing and you have to fill it up with animation. And the animation, while it's good, because of the characters and all they're wearing, you sometimes can't differentiate some of the male characters from each other. Only the Doctor is the easiest character to, differentiate from the other characters. So there were times where I'm like, okay, who's talking now? Okay, thank God you said your name because I don't know who you are. But this is a very, very, very good history story. And it's very well done. I personally like it. If you don't like the history stories from Classic Who, I admit you will not like this one. But I personally do like it. Okay, now, number 9. I love how I'm doing the very last story of the first season and then followed up by the very last story of the First Doctor in general. The 10th Planet. It took me a while to get the 10th planet, but I've got the 10th planet. The very first ever story where a Doctor is going to regenerate into another Doctor. Boom, bitches. Yeah, bitches, I got the story. And overall, I very much enjoy it. I understand why people don't think these versions of the Cybermen are not scary. I admit they're not scary. But overall, I very much enjoy the story. And for a first design of the Cybermen, I see why they were designed this way. And funny thing is that I saw an adventure in space and time before I saw this. So I saw the Cybermen as they're smoking a cigarette in an adventure in space and time. Because the actor is waiting for William Hartnell to come out there before I saw this. But I overall really liked it. I personally very much enjoyed it. And that's just my feelings on it. I liked it. It's not any deeper than that. I just liked it. Okay. Now, from number 8. We have the very second story of the first season of Doctor Who, The Daleks. I know some people think this is very long and drawn out and it's not the best story of the Daleks. I'm personally fine with it. I overall very much enjoy it. I'm okay with all the time it took to tell the story and help explain how the TARDIS works. Then we meet the Daleks. We see how the Doctor can really be a dick. For lack of better terminology, the Doctor can really be a dick in this. And Ian and Barbara are just awesome for who they are. But yes, overall, I do think it's a very good way of introducing the Daleks. And again, I saw The Adventure of Space and Time before seeing this. So I saw the Daleks as they were being filmed for the very first time before I actually saw the episode that you saw being filmed in Adventure in Space and Time. Just love stuff like that happening. Okay, now we get down to, I believe, number 7. I'm going to get hate for this being so low. I love it. It's just that's where it fell. The Dalek Invasion of Earth. Okay, guys, I fought to get this DVD. I mean, I fought. I cannot believe to this day I won the eBay bid to getting this DVD, but I totally won. Yes, everyone, I totally won the DVD to the Dalek Invasion of Earth. And overall, yes, guys, I very, very much liked it. And that last speech at the end, oh, what a killer. And then, but my favorite scene, even though the speech is immaculate, I don't know why, it's just me, my favorite scene is when Barbara and the other woman, they are running with the professor in the wheelchair, and it's just a full-on, you're watching the progression of them just rolling him around in the wheelchair through the streets of London. I just liked it. I liked that they just want to go full stream and didn't just cut and chop it and edit. No, just went full-on ahead, and I love that. My only problem with this story is a missed opportunity. When the Daleks are on the bridge, and you first see the Daleks on the bridge, why couldn't they shoot it from a... Okay, the only angle you see is of Daleks on the bridge from far away. Couldn't you shoot them as they're coming towards the camera on the bridge? I mean, that's a missed opportunity there, damn it. Maybe there's a longer version of that cut. Why? Do a shorter... Missed opportunity. That's just how I feel. That's a nitpick, and I admit that's a nitpick. And sorry I'm sweating, guys, but this is Philadelphia in September. And it's still very hot. It's like feeling like we're in Florida. Okay, so now I believe we're on to number 6. Going to the very first episode of Doctor Who in general, we have an unearthly child. The very first story. Okay, the first episode to this 4-parter is just gorgeous. It is perfection. Nothing could top it for me and beat it. But I'm okay with the caveman bits. I actually am okay with them. And what I love about the first part, it shows just how, like, Susan, the actress they got to play Susan, she is just so good at feeling alien-like. She was, okay, everyone, the whole TARDIS team here was a very good cast. I mean, the actors were cast really well. Where William Hartnell was good as the first Doctor, Ian and Barbara were the perfect casting choice. And Susan was really awesome as the casting choice. I may not like her as a companion that much at all. She screams too much for me. She's very hysterical. And it's like, how are you like this when you're a time traveler? I don't get it. Even though you may be young, but you still should have experienced all this. But the actress who plays her is excellent. She just feels alien and she encompasses it very well. So, I understand why people don't like the second and third and fourth part, but I'm fine with it, but I understand why you do not like it. So we got an unearthly child. Alright, now I believe we are at number 5. I think we're at number 5. Sorry if my numbers are completely off at this point. Not good at keeping track with that sort of thing. And we have, for number 5, the War Machines. The first time we get Ben and Polly as companions. And if you've seen my videos before, you know my love for Ben and Polly. You absolutely know my love for them. I adore them. And I love this story. It's a very good story. It really is. And Dodo leaves just like very much soon into the beginning of it. And then you don't hear back from her until the very end. But that's just the way cookie crumbles with that. So, I believe we're at number 5 with that one, The War Machines. But it's a very good story when it comes to being on Earth and the Doctor dealing with the military or like organizations on Earth to solve a problem. I love a nice, good Earth-based story. War Machines. I love it. I don't know if it was the first on Earth, like, Doctor dealing with the military intelligence. I don't know if it's the very first story of that type of thing. But if it was, hey, this paved the way for so many others. Now we are at number 4. I do not have this one on DVD because it's usually $75. But I saw it finally online and I liked it. The Time Meddler. Oh gosh, I love The Time Meddler. I love Vicky. I love Steve Taylor. I just like the story. It was very good to me. But I admit, it's all about the pacing for you. If you're one of those people who does not like slower paced stories, you're not going to like The Time Meddler. But if you're okay with the story taking its time and telling the story, it's an excellent story. The Time Meddler is wonderful, and I'm happy I finally saw it. Okay, now I believe we're at number 3, and I don't have this one on DVD either. I want to, but it's just so expensive. Again, it is The Romans. Okay, I don't see that on many top 10 William Hartnell, top William Hartnell stories, but I love it. I love the Romans. And we get Vicky, Ian, and Barbara. This is their first full story together because they had the rescue. That's where we get the introduction to Vicky. Now we got them all together. And my God, do you see the chemistry between William Hartnell and Vicky? Those two, just something about them was just so perfect together. And it's amazing how the actress who played Vicky just came right in and just bonded with him so very quickly. And you see the bond. It's a beautiful bond. It's amazing how good those two are together. They're very, almost beyond description. I can't explain what those two are together, but something about them just works very well. And I'm wondering if it can ever fully be captured again. I'm not sure it could be. It probably already has. I'm just being too hard on later on incarnations of the Doctor, but there's just something about that companionship between William Hartnell and Vicky that was just like, or the actors who played Vicky, that I just can't explain it. I don't see it repeated that much. Oh yeah, that was lightning in the background you saw from the sky. Yeah, we've got weather issues too here. Okay, so now on to number 2. Oh God, this beautiful story. This beautiful story is so gorgeous. It's the Aztecs. I still don't understand how classic Doctor Who was able to do the Aztecs. I don't get it. I doubted this story. As you probably saw in my other video, I just doubted it. And I can't believe it was as good as it was. I'm like, how is it so good? But it was. And then the Doctor's relationship with the human Kamika, it was just so unique to see it. Oh God, I love it. And Barbara is just on top form here. Ian is just a freaking superhero. Oh God, this story, I don't get how good it was. How could it be so good? How could this be so good? I don't get it. Either way, it's my number 2 for a good reason. It's awesome. Okay, now before I get to my number 1 slot, I'm going to give one honorable mention to the third story, The Edge of Lightning again. The third story, The Edge of Destruction. Okay. This story is one of those ones you did appreciate it for what it is. It's the Doctor and companions inside the TARDIS. Something's gone wrong. It's triggering something in them that's making them paranoid and distrust each other. The Doctor is just at his absolute worst here, and Susan is also pretty bad too, and tension gets very high. It's a character-driven story, and it turns out it was the TARDIS all along trying to warn them that something was wrong because there was a spring going wrong in the button where the Doctor was trying to return them back to their time, but it actually was reverting back to literally the beginning of the universe when an explosion was going to be happening, the Big Bang explosion probably. So it's one of those stories where I appreciate it for what it's doing. I really do. I see why it never hits any top 10 lists, but I appreciate the idea of it a lot. I think it's actually very creative, and I just overall very enjoy it. Now, I almost put for another honorable mention, The Rescue, because I love that story a lot. But then there's that last bit where it's like those two guys come out in practically almost Deus ex machina form, and they kill the bad guy when they were not there before in any way, shape, or form. It's not explained how they survived really all that time, etc. and so forth. It just is the most contrived thing ever. Why? 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 Why couldn't they just have William Hartnell, the Doctor, kill the villain? He was going to do it anyway. Y'all should have just let William Hartnell, the Doctor, have that heroic moment. Okay, I'm over it. I'm sorry, guys. You saw my episode there. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was very unprofessional. My bad, guys. My bad. And now finally down to my number 1 slot. My God, this is going to make so many people angry. Because, guys, I know it's probably not your number 1 slot. But there's just something about this story I really freaking like, okay? What do you want from me? I can't change my feelings, and I'm going to be proud of it. I'm not ashamed anymore. And my truth is, my number 1 favorite of the William Hartnell stories is The Keys of Marinus, or Marinus. However you pronounce that, I've heard pronounced 2 different ways. Yeah, I know, I just made a lot of you guys very angry, possibly, but I freaking love this story a lot. And because it's a doctor on a quest to get these keys, each episode deals with a different area of this planet, and a different situation and scenario happens in that area. So it has very good pacing and does a very good job at building each. Darn, that was some really intense lightning. Really, it does a very good job of building up each world each world or each environment that episode is in, and really give you many various dangers in it. I loved it. Oh god, once again, Barbara's awesome, and then Ian is awesome. The Doctor is very good in this. The Doctor is very good in this. That's also what I like about it. The Doctor is so good in it too. He really very much is. And I just love it. I can't help it. I just do. And that's the way this cookie crumbles. It's okay if you don't like it, but you gotta accept that I like it, and I'm always going to like it. So, that is my top 10 first Doctor stories so far. And again, I know you're thinking you haven't watched all of them. How could you do a list? Guys, I see you. Again, I see you. Don't judge me. Don't. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I hope to see you all again very soon. And what is your favorite top 10 First Doctor stories, or your favorite, or your top 3, or your top 5? Don't be afraid to tell me if you want to. That's what makes this enjoyable. Thank you guys so much. Hope to see you again very soon. Peace out. Rock on. Bye, guys.